Hello, welcome to Keep Me Alive. I was just telling the guys before we went live. I'm so tired, so tired. I had a long day yesterday, but we had a lot of fun, and there wasn't a whole lot of people there. And but man, you missed a good. If you weren't there, you missed a phenomenal show. It was just I'll post some video. There's some live videos that I took live streaming last night from the show. They're up on Instagram if you want to watch them. But I did some other videos just like on my phone stuff that I'll have to edit and post up or something if they're good enough. But it will be because it was badass. It was Amplifiers headlined, Haven State played, and Bo McMillian opened up. Bo hosts on the show every once in a while with me. And I got to play my new single, which Harmon's doing drums and some vocals on whenever we have time to do that stuff. So it was a lot of fun. Man, I was tired when I got home. Mainly of standing and talking and all this stuff. So it's phenomenal. We are. I have. Okay, I told you I was going to murder this name. I'm going to sound it out.
All right.
Monachopsis.
I wish you luck.
Monachopsis.
Well, I say Monachopsis. Some people say Monachopsis.
Well, that's
So
pretty close.
It does have
Definitely
chop in
better
it.
than most.
I told most people, I'm just like, say it however you want. It's fine.
And they are from Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome in, guys. It's nice to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us, man.
Thank
Definitely appreciate it.
Is it still like really balmy in Charlotte this time of year, or is it starting to cool down a little bit weather-wise?
Well, we wish it would, but the high for Wednesday is 93,
That's
and
not too bad.
that's projected. So we'll see.
That's not that bad, really. I mean, but of course that's with humidity and everything, like
Yep.
not
Yeah.
being able to breathe. We have that quite a bit up here too, and I think Harmon's up near State College, PA, that area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yep,
So yeah,
Central PA.
it's quite humid around here, where you can't really breathe, and it's just so hot.
Yeah.
I like warm weather more than I like snow and cold weather and stuff, but it's hard to decide, because like when it's really hot, you're like, man, I wish it was snowing out, and then when it's snowing, you're like, man, I wish it was hot.
Yeah. That's why, like, the
Absolutely.
fall and, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Fall is, like, the best season for me in between.
I travel through Charlotte quite a bit. My parents have a place down in Hilton Head, South Carolina.
Oh,
So
cool.
actually, my stop that's about halfway from here. It's about a 10.5 hour drive, and I do it in 2 days because I'm old and I don't like to be in the car for very long. I'm very uppity. I just don't like to be in the car. I stop everywhere and sightsee by myself. Rest areas and maps and things. So like. But no, I usually stay in going down. I usually stay in Rock Hill, which is just south of Charlotte,
Mhm.
Yeah.
into South Carolina. And then on the way back, what is it? Up by Lake Norman. It starts with an M.
Mooresville.
Yes, Mooresville. Yeah, very nice area around there. I mean,
Oh,
the
absolutely.
whole region's really nice.
Yeah.
So you guys, I was reading in your bio, you guys are formed in Myrtle Beach, or kind of take us through that.
Yeah, so we formed in 2015, roughly, I think. We all used to live in Myrtle Beach. We all grew up there for the most part.
A
Tom,
great place to grow up. Or
it
is
was interesting to say the least.
Well, where do you go
Yeah.
for vacation? If you live in a vacation destination, where do you guys go for vacation? Or when you live there, what I mean?
Yeah, we every day's vacation.
Yeah, Tom is from up north, but aside from him, and Blake was born in Texas, but
Yeah.
we pretty much. I was born in South Carolina, so we were all pretty much.
Transplants then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we all grew up there for the most part.
Went to high school
And then-
together.
Yeah, some of us went to high school together. And then in 2016 was when we recorded our first EP. And then we started writing a full-length album. And then around like 2019 was when we kind of decided to move up to Charlotte, because some of us have family here and like, things like that. So it just kind of made sense for us to move towards this direction.
Did you get kind of sick of the beach? I know this is I hate
Yes.
even saying it. It's like
Yes.
sacrilege saying that. It's like I don't know if I want to ask this question because who gets sick of I love the beach.
Oh, anybody who lives there doesn't go there.
Yeah, and people I've talked to bands and stuff that live close. Like who was it? I can't remember if Harmon was on that show or not. The
What,
guy from Werewolf.
Fox Lake.
Well, yeah, Fox Lake.
Oh,
too.
okay.
No, Fox
No, I
Lake.
forget it.
Denver. That's nowhere near the beach, Harmon.
No, but I thought you were talking. I thought you were going to talk about like resort places because they had like the ski resort mountain
Oh
plus.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have the
other
best
end
of both
the other
worlds.
end of the vacation spectrum. Yeah, the snow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I had the AJ on for Werewolves, and he was down in West Palm, so we were talking about that too. You know, but I guess you would get kind of sick of it, right? Just
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah, I mean,
all the time, right? You chew it, you know, and it's in your pants.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about the rest of the boys, but I went to the beach a lot when I was like a kid, and then like when I got into like high school and middle school, like I still went to the beach some, but then once I became an adult, it was like I'm just kind of bored of this now.
It's just you can't go during the day because it's entirely too hot. Unless
That
and
too,
crowded.
yeah.
Even if you
That
have an
too, depending
umbrella,
on the
it's
time of
just-
year, it could be real
it's
hot.
miserable in the summertime. I don't like going, like I don't go to Hilton Head in the summertime because it's 95 at night down there. You know, it's
Legit.
and you're all's way too,
Yeah.
I'm sure, but it's just miserable. You know, I mean, the best times what, like October,
Yeah.
Mhm.
November, even sometimes. You know.
So like before, because it's getting bad there where year round it's staying busy because so many people are moving there. But when we were younger, there would be a definite off season where it was
Yeah.
like a ghost town in different parts of the town, and that was nice
That was the
because
part
you
of the
could
best.
just go, no traffic.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys? I remember. I haven't been to Myrtle Beach in a little while, but I remember at Broadway at the beach, there was this boat that seemed like it was fast as hell in the little
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the little
body of
yeah.
water in the middle
That
of
we
Broadway,
know.
at the
Little, like,
beach, which isn't very
speedboat.
big either. You know, it's not like a
Oh.
Right.
vast lake or. Have you guys ever ridden that?
No.
No,
I don't think
No.
any of
Seen
us
it?
have. No.
No, I never written it.
Harmon, do you know what I'm talking about? Have you been to Myrtle Beach?
Nope.
Okay, Broadway at
Good
the
call.
beach is kind of like the entertainment center. There's bars
Yeah.
and restaurants and shit. I partied my ass off there one night, but like,
Yep.
well, not more than one night, but you know, my parents might be watching. But I am 42, so I can say whatever I want.
There you go.
So yeah, but they have this Broadway at the beach is kind of like this, you know, it's like a boardwalk and stuff, and there's restaurants and stuff. Well, in the middle of it, it's a body of water, but it's not like, I mean, you can see people's faces on the other side. That's how small it is. That's what I remember. I don't know,
Yeah.
it might not be like
No,
that.
that's accurate.
yeah,
Mhm.
So, but there's this jet boat, okay, that you can ride or ride in. I guess I don't know if somebody. I assume somebody drives. I don't think it's remote controlled or anything.
Yeah,
But
it's
right.
it's an actual like jet boat.
Yeah.
On a very small body of water, and you know, and there's people, you know, partying and stuff, and then all of a sudden this jet boat comes by and it's doing like donuts and stuff in the middle.
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I've
literally, that's
never
what it
really,
does.
Ever.
yeah, I've never really thought about it because I think it's just like a normal thing to most locals. But yeah, that is a very small body of water
For
that
that-
thing's
for that-
like going around
That
crazy.
size of a
like,
boat, you know, and that
Yeah.
size of an engine in that thing, it's got to be massive, you know. But I
Mhm.
can't remember what it's like. Jet boat Myrtle Beach or something like that. It's one of those.
Yep. It's something like that.
yeah, and it makes
One of those
good
titles.
money.
What about
Mhm.
what was it? The Skywheel? Is that the
Yeah.
Yeah, Skywheel's
yeah,
there.
that's near the
not the Ferris wheel,
boardwalk area.
Have you guys ridden
That's-
Skywheel? Or
I have.
Have you? None of us but Jake.
I have.
Yeah,
it's
You
not
might
like
be the
it
only one.
can't be that exciting, you know, probably because it goes like this, you know.
It's
but-
like super slow.
Yeah, it's like a slow.
It's like things like that, like we would do maybe for like a date with
Yeah,
somebody,
see,
but-
it's funny because the only reason that I did is because my in-laws were in town from New York and they wanted
you
to
had
do
to
it.
do the
So,
touristy. You had to do the touristy shit.
yep.
there it is. Yep.
And it's like I'm just with my wife, and it's like, all right, we're doing this. So
Did you enjoy it though, or was it scary as hell?
no, it's honestly cool. I am I had a huge phase of being thrill seeking. I used to go to Cedar Point in
Jet
Ohio.
boat would be the way to go then. I mean, you would think for thrill seeking. you know?
Yeah. Well, as far as it's very boring compared to roller coasters, but at the same time, it's like at least you're high up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rode. It's not called is it a Ferris wheel? Is that what it's called?
They do
Yeah,
call
so-
it the Sky Wheel, but it's a
It's
Ferris
Ferris
wheel.
wheel,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
big
That's
ass one.
yeah, Ferris wheel. I was thinking of a anyway. But yeah, I rode one of those one time. I think it was at Kennywood up in Pittsburgh. I don't know, but it wasn't that tall. You know, it was just one of the regular ones. I was scared to death. Like
Mm.
I don't like heights that much, and
I don't really like
little
heights
thing, and
either.
it swings. You know, and the person I was with was swinging it. I'm like, it's like the person you ride on an elevator with that jumps up and down. One of those guys, and he's like swinging the thing back and forth.
Oh
and
no.
I didn't like any of it, none of it. And it's not like you can time yourself when you're getting off. They choose when you get off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody does. Some random guy sitting in there going,
Yeah.
oh, that guy's having a shitty time on the way.
That guy's having a bad time. Let's keep him on.
Oh,
I
damn.
did read on something on the news. It was the real news. I think it was real news that somebody got caught. I think it was in Texas somewhere.
Got some lag, perhaps.
Can anyone hear us right now?
I can hear you.
I heard
Oh,
you.
okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know where
We
Scott
lost
went.
Scott for a
Yeah.
second.
Scott, come
Harmon
back.
can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you guys fine.
Well, Harmon, how do you know Scott?
He actually interviewed me. He found me on Instagram and then added me to like his page and then was like, "Yeah, you want to be on the show?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" We just kind of started, like we've been playing music for a while, but kind of just actually started to put it out there. And he found it and added us on, and I've been co-hosting. I think I did like 6 or 7 shows with him already, and
Nice.
then two as a guest. So, and then he asked me to collab on his new track. So it's it's acoustic and there's some bass and stuff. So it's I'm gonna do some drums and backing vocals and stuff like that. So, but that's kind of I've been pretty active with like collab. I just did a collab with the band Born to Die
Yeah.
from Sweden. So I got track
that's
released
cool.
last week, and then I'm releasing a track. I keep thinking today's Monday, but Tuesday. I'm
Nice.
gonna release the second track.
Am I back?
With the I can hear you.
Scott is back.
This happened. I'm sorry about that. This happened yesterday. I don't know what's there. There's a new iPhone update. It always happens with the update. No,
Have you got it yet, Blake?
I have, but I've like postponed it.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation. Thank you for keeping going though. That was awesome. But I can hear you, but I don't. It's. I got up there and it said your iPhone's too hot. Come on. It's. I've had it on for hours. Well, not hours, but like for the
Right.
Anyway, I'm not gonna bug you with that. But yeah, thank you for continuing.
You're back. It's fine.
So continue. You can go ahead and continue. I'm gonna look at some things here, but go ahead.
All right. No, I was just filling him in there, asking me how I knew you. So,
How do you know me? Oh, from the.
well, you found me, yeah, and you asked me to join your show.
Did I find you on SoundCloud? Was it on SoundCloud or no? It was
I
on.
don't-
No, you started following me on Instagram for some reason. I was like, who is this weirdo?
Huh. I thought you added me, but I thought
Maybe I did.
but
I might have. I don't know. I can't remember.
yeah. Either way, yeah,
You
it's
started looking at my stories and stuff on the show, and
yeah.
for a couple of weeks, and then I looked you up on SoundCloud or something like that, and
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 here
I was
we
like-
are.
I was like, this is rad, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah. So I was telling him, I said, I think this is like my 6th or 7th show, like
Yeah.
total with you. So,
Yeah,
and then we
he's
have
been
what
very
one
supportive.
Thursday too, right?
Hmm?
Thursday?
Yeah.
Red
Yeah,
Star.
this Thursday with Red Star. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was just telling him I'm releasing that track with GC from Born to Die Tuesday. So, and they
Yeah,
just
we-
released their single last Friday. So,
From
kind of
Sweden.
just yeah.
But speaking of other countries, or something, this Saturday, hopefully I'll get some sleep Friday night, so I won't be like tired like yesterday. But I'm going to be doing excuse me, I had a burp. A band in Metz, France. Metz is like the northern part of France, I believe. The band's called Fear of Tomorrow, and that'll be Saturday at 1. And Bo should be. Hopefully, Bo will be here co-hosting because he knows a guy that speaks. He's like a professor of French, so we'll have a translator.
Awesome.
The band sings in English, so I think they're just kind of concerned about conversation. They just don't
Yeah.
know. So that's understandable. So that'll be a fun show. We're gonna ask them some.
Oh, yeah.
questions.
Yeah, that sounds
just,
super cool.
Not just band questions, like French bread and French fries questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to ask about their favorite place to get baguettes, and
I write that. Harmon, write that down.
Taking notes.
Hey, let's go ahead and play one of your all songs.
All right.
Cool.
I usually do this a lot earlier than now. That way viewers that don't know you can hear what you sound like. I have Where the Water Falls queued up. This is off of your upcoming EP. Tell us a little bit about the EP, just a little bit, and then the song. What's the song about?
Yeah. The song's called Where the Water Falls. It's going to be on our EP that comes out Tuesday on the 20th. It's a 5-song EP. It's very like progressive-y rock sort of thing. I don't know how to describe it that well. But Where the Waterfalls is kind of like it's just like a commentary on during COVID. A lot of these songs we wrote during COVID, so it's just like we're sitting at home, kind of politically frustrated, if you will. Just kind of getting some of those opinions out about like capitalism and stuff like that. So Where the Waterfalls specifically is kind of along those lines. I think Scott is gone now.
Oh no.
Oh, you must have froze again.
He'll be back.
He's permanently sleeping. Like he said, he's tired. So
Yeah,
that's a
he's
good
just-
picture.
Well, what I mean, I guess yeah. If we're he'll be back. If we're filling time, I mean, what are your favorite parts of the EP, Tom?
Wow.
Let's do it.
Way to put me on a spot there. I just appreciate the fact that we kind of all sat down and decided to do something a little bit different, kind of moving away from our concept that we had been working on. It was a little more refreshing just to kind of write some songs, kind of put a message to them, and then just go out and play them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really
So our first full length record was like a concept album. And we kind of took a break from doing that sort of thing and wanted to write songs with more of like a individual meaning for each song behind them. So
So what was your concept for the first one?
Oh, boy.
I apologize.
Fine, Scott. We are
I don't know
here.
what the hell happened. I just went ahead and went to my Mac view here because I don't know what's going on with the damn phone. I'm gonna have to get a hold of the authority. I'm like a Karen. Get a hold of. I need to speak to the manager. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Let me go ahead and I told Harmon the same thing I told you. So he's probably gonna jump back in a second. But let me turn everything back on here. I have to. There he is. I have to get everything hooked back up. I don't know. It's that update is what it is, and it's saying that the phone's getting too hot or something. No, it's not. It says it's live on YouTube, so people can probably hear. Yeah, they can. They can see and hear us. So we'll just tell them the same thing because there'll be a Harmon, are you back?
I'm back. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Apple. It wasn't an update. It was a downgrade. Yeah.
A downgrade.
Something the opposite of an update is what it was. Yeah, I don't know. I need to speak to the manager. I don't know why it says okay. Well, I can see it on the thing. It's not up on my computer, and it says we're live now. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna touch anything. Is what's gonna happen here because you never know. So
Technology.
without further ado, should we go ahead and just listen to the song?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
I know I can press play. I know I can do this. Let's do that, and then yeah, let's do that real quick, or not real. You know what I mean? And okay.
Just 1 second of it.
America, I'm about you. Politics like a tattoo. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not listening. I do what I want, do what I please. Sinister thoughts, it's such a breeze. No matter the consequences. Find me out. Give me love, now give me all you have. Turn your head, look away, ignore it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, shame on you. You cannot hold back when the water flows. I put the capital in the ism, babe. Don't think about it. Hush, 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 behave. Pervading thin lines, showing my teeth. Sinister thoughts, a sinister means. Federation paradox. Find me out. Give me love, now give me all you have. Turn your head, look away, ignore it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 2 times, shame on you. You cannot hold back when the water falls. You will not have the chance to hold back the waterfall.
Very nice.
Thank you.
What did I was interrupted by technology, but what is this song actually about? I don't mean to make you repeat yourself. Like the lyrics wise. Fool me
Yeah,
once.
so essentially this one, Where the Water Falls, is kind of like a commentary on I would say like how intense things got during kind of like COVID, especially politically, and how strong people feel about their certain like points of view and things like that. And I mean, I have my own personal points of view and stuff like that too, but
Did you guys get the plague? Were you stricken with it at all?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
surprisingly
Tom did
not.
He was
not.
the only one to this day still
Yeah.
has not gotten it.
Yeah, he's
I
never
made
had
it the
it.
entire time until like 3 weeks ago.
Damn.
Ooh.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
same
You
actually.
almost made it.
Same, Scott. I got COVID for the first time less than 6 weeks ago.
Something's going around up here because my buddy Mike stays with me, and I'm sure he probably got it from me since he stays here. But my friend Ashley, she got it 2 days after me.
Oh,
She
really?
works in a nursing home, so there's but there's some other people have gotten it in and around this area that I know, but it's more like sinus and just how you get gunk in your everywhere in your head. It's like that for like a week. But the COVID part, like people describe it as like the headache. That was only for like a day. Which
Yeah.
was,
I only got it one time, and when I had it, like I really didn't even have any symptoms. It was weird.
Yeah, and
like,
some people have that stuff too. Like
Yeah.
where you just kind of feel like crap or something. But
Yeah.
but the worst part about it was after I was still kind of congested and stuff, but like it wasn't too bad. I thought I was getting better. Well, I didn't lose my sense of taste and smell. I gained. Everything smelled like if metal could go rotten. That's what it smelled like. Everything, water even for one day.
Weird.
Water smelled and tasted like rotten metal.
What
And,
the
and I
hell?
guess
no.
it's a thing that people that get COVID. It's something that they get. Some people lose their entire sense altogether and just get it back. But some people get it's called something, and it starts with a P. It's kind of like Monachopsis, but it starts with a P. It's very there's words you have to practice.
Yeah.
But I read all about it, and it's that day that I couldn't even drink water. I just drove myself to the ER because I couldn't. I was dehydrated as hell. I couldn't sleep. I was working.
Oh, you didn't want to taste it.
I was on the internet reading about it, which is the worst thing to do for any.
no.
'Cause it's pretty much going to tell you you're going to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might as well just end it. But yeah.
At a certain point, I stopped looking things up on the internet because
I
everything.
just
tells
well,
you you're
at that
gonna
point
die.
I was already deep into it. I couldn't. I was like, okay, well, when's it going to go away? What are the treatments? Well, there's no treatment for it. There's just some kind of thing, because it's not really your taste. It's your. I read all about it. It's fascinating when you don't have it, but like it's I guess when you smell, it tells your brain that it tastes good, or it works like that. I guess their smells first or something like that. But like Mike had made chicken that night before I knew what this was that I had, and he ate it and he was fine. And then when because I warmed it up later because I wasn't feeling good, and I was like, man, this tastes rotten. So the next day he's like, did you try that chicken? It was chicken Alfredo. I was like, yeah, it was. Did you get sick? And he's like, no. I'm like, I couldn't eat it. I was like, I threw it away. It was rotten. But then I tried to drink an Inshore, and that was every smell, even outside. Like I would go out, shampoo. I couldn't take a shower because it smelled like shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
It was so bad. But some people deal with this for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
The nurse in the ER, she had COVID 2 years ago and still can eat steak. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's sacrilege
Weird.
because I mean, steak is where it's at. I don't know if you guys are what is it, carnivores?
We're a mix, actually.
Yeah.
What is it?
I said we're a mix, actually. Blake is vegan.
Ooh, see, there's I had to learn about vegans. I used to have a friend that would co-host with me all the time when I first started, and him and his pretty much wife. They're not married, but pretty much wife. They're both vegans, and I didn't know that there was a difference between vegans and vegetarians. I really didn't. So I learned a lot from them, but I still eat meat. So I did. They were trying to convert me, I think.
I don't
Yeah,
think
Blake-
There's no converting people.
Yeah, Blake has a lot of food allergies.
Yeah, that's really what it's for.
So
Are you allergic to meat? Did I freeze again?
No, I'm not allergic to meat. Some fish, but
Yeah. Well, I guess a lot of people are like allergic to like shellfish and things like that.
yeah.
Harmon, do you like shellfish? I know you eat a lot of plain foods.
Eggs
Everything's
and
plain
eggs.
for you.
No, not really shellfish, but I'm with you though. Steak, hamburgers, meat.
You would think, looking at Harmon, that he, Okay, we'll go ahead and do the hot dog segment since we're talking about food. But Mike,
Hot dog
I know,
segment.
I know, great segue, right? But no, my friend Mike, he's a hot dog. I don't want to say connoisseur, but that's probably the word.
Enthusiast?
He's a he's a hot dog guy. Hot dog man.
So is Dan.
He loves wiener. He loves wiener. Yeah, I can see that because I've been trying to get him on the show to just do his own segment, so I don't have to do it anymore. You know?
Yeah.
He got when Harmon was on the other night. He poked his head on the show, and that's
We broke him out of his shell a little bit.
it's as close as we've gotten so far. But
Yeah.
I'm still talking. See, I talk to him every day, so I can bother him every day with this. You know. But anyway, he will travel miles just to try someone's hot dog at a restaurant and then come home. Like he does it all the time. He
Oh yeah, definitely enthusiast. Legit.
when he lived in Florida for a little while, and when he came back here recently, he went out with his parents and I think his sister and her significant other, and they went to like 3 different hot dog places for a meal. Like
Wow.
a little bit here, a little bit there. I mean, who does that?
The bang bang, dude.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
Because that with any kind of food, like I don't go eat spaghetti somewhere and then try spaghetti. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Weird. So anyway,
Bang bangs.
you know, he watches the show all the time because I force him. But like, but no, he's like, you know, I had somebody on from other lines, and I was like, he was like, ask them, you know, what they eat, if they eat hot dogs and what they like on them. So we started this stupid wiener segment, and he won't even come on and do his own wiener segment, so I have to do it.
Nice.
The winner segment.
We'll start with an in general question. So in Charlotte or Myrtle Beach, if you want to, you know,
Nope.
what's the general consensus on toppings for a hot dog? Do you think?
Good question.
Okay, well, to be
Let's
fair,
start.
Somebody Google it and we'll wait.
I feel like
So I will say I don't think that. So the Carolinas have some food that they very much identify with and are proud of, and that's barbecue. But other than barbecue, you know, we're not like Chicago. I was going to say with this wiener segment we've got rolling here,
I love that better than
that
hot
I
dogs.
have been to Chicago multiple times and done all the touristy Chicago things, which includes getting a Chicago dog from like this little guy's hot dog stand over here.
Yeah.
You know,
but you see, you're doing it all wrong because you got to get yourself a New York dog.
and I have not done that
Well,
because I've not been to New York City.
I have not either. But that's
Yeah,
why
I was about to say, like a
We've
lot
done
of
that.
hot dogs that I've had here are usually just like chili cheese dogs in the
Yep.
Carolinas at least. But I did go to New York once in the city and I had a hot
That was
dog
fire.
there, and like I guess like relish and mustard is like a big thing on their hot dogs. So I tried that and it was like amazing. And I never
was good.
really been big into mustard or relish. So but it was great. So yeah.
What about you, Tom?
Well, I went up. I was up in the Adirondack Mountains earlier this year, and they apparently they have these. Like, I went to this place, and it's like they called the Michigander or something like that. I don't know why
In New
they
York?
bring that up. Yeah, like way up there. But it was chili and white onions, and then you put mustard
raw,
on it.
raw onions, or
Yeah,
yeah.
they were raw.
See,
Oh,
There's
interesting.
there's
Yeah.
been a few people that will put caramelized onions on their hot dog. And I haven't had that.
That's fire.
Oh, I've seen
That's
that
good.
before.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, it sounds good.
I
don't
tried that in
don't
New
know
York.
if-
That was good.
Yeah. Well, Hold Fast Hope. They're in Long Island, so you know there's. But what was it? Dan was from Chicago, and he was talking about the Chicago dogs. And,
It's Chicago dog's a thing.
What did he say, Harmon? Or no, it was it on your show? I can't remember. I do too many shows. I can't remember anything, and technology doesn't even work. I'm distracted all the time. So it was a weird one where I yelled out to Mike, and pepperoncinis was one topic,
Pepperoncinis, weird.
and what was the other one?
Yeah, I think that was the episode. Well, there wasn't he talking about like cucumbers or something?
Cucumbers. That's what it
Well,
was.
that sounds good.
Wait, not pickles?
Yeah,
No.
it was cucumbers
Well,
and something else. And I was,
there's pickles. There's two, I think, on one.
I would do it.
I don't know.
Cucumbers?
That's like
That's a weird one.
I like cucumbers.
to a good salad.
Yeah, it makes it like a salad, which is weird. But I think my standard hot dog, if you're just at like a very basic function, is just ketchup and mustard. But I'll do both. Ketchup and mustard.
I have to have chili on my hot dog and probably cheese. I don't know
Probably gonna
why.
freeze
It's
it.
just great.
I'm probably gonna freeze again because my internet sucks.
Fair.
I'm pretty much at that point. You put anything in front of me, I'll probably eat it. I don't really care what it is at this
Tom
point.
will devour any dog.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
if chili's there though, I agree, Dan. Chili, I mean, obviously, chili dog is so good.
Yeah.
well, that's what I upgraded to. I think originally, like he said, I was
Plain.
Yeah, when I grew up, everything was plain hot dog, plain hamburger. But my hot dogs, I did graduate to chili cheese dogs, so
Oh yes.
I am advancing
chili
in the
dog.
yeah.
Truly
Yeah,
in
once
the-
you go chili cheese, you don't go back. It's such a
No.
good mix.
I had an incident. I'm not frozen still, right? I'm
No, you're
No,
here.
you're
No,
with
you're-
us.
Now you're
I'm
moving.
trying to switch over to things here, and this sucks. I hate this. You know? Harmon knows I went through a period of like a few weeks where I had very shitty internet. I was going through providers like crazy. Okay, I'll do that in a second. Am I still on there? Can you?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, we're good. Okay, all right. I had an incident last night when I got back from the show. I was hungry as hell because I only had ice cream, in the morning, and I was very hungry. We had 2 Nathan's hot dogs left because we had hot dogs for freaking dinner the other night, So
Oh yeah.
so I went out to the grill and I got the wieners on the grill, and I'm putting stuff on the buns, so that way when I take them off the grill, just directly on the bun. Put it on there. They're going to go on there anyway. So I got a piece of 2 pieces of American cheese, and put that in the bottom of the bun. So that way when the hot dog goes on, hot dog, melt the cheese. Okay, I did that, and then onions and ketchup. So I already had it topped. All I had to do is stick the wiener in the bun, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I took the plate outside it was a paper plate. Why dirty a dish, So like I went out to the grill and was getting ready to take the hot dogs off. I missed I ran into the ledge with the plate, the ledge of the table.
Oh, and it crumbled.
It didn't crumble, but it perfectly fell upside down onto the deck, purposely.
Rip.
Just
Of course.
it knew. There was onions all over the porch. There was the cheese only fell off of one of them, so I only had to waste another slice. But I was just like, really? Are you serious?
Eat it.
Oh, I not off the deck. But I looked at it and made sure there was no like hairs or anything or bugs, stink bugs or anything.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, as long as you picked it back
it was-
up. Okay.
I mean, I'm
It was
still
a
here.
salvage dog.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was,
was
so
seasoned,
hungry
dog.
too. I was so hungry. I was like, this is gonna be great, glorious, I was
So
like,
funny story. We were talking about that for a second. How you actually cook your dog. I was getting mad at Dan the other day because he boils his hot dogs, and I thought that would be outlandish.
there are some establishments around here that do that, and they've been around for years. They've always boiled them. And
Yeah.
It's so strange to me.
but at home, if you got
don't
a
have a
grill, damn
grill.
it, put it on the grill.
Yeah, if you got a grill, put it on the grill.
Well, yeah,
No,
we gotta get a grill so I can grill.
We don't have a
grill
grill,
my
man.
hot
We
dogs.
don't have a grill.
I
I would
don't
still just
even
like
grill.
saute it. I don't know. What do you call
I
it?
don't like frying it in a pan like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's not very healthy either.
Yeah.
No, I like it crispy though. It's the only way to get it crispier without a grill.
Crispy. Dog
Crispy.
skin.
Is any hot dog really healthy though?
What is it?
True
Probably
that.
not.
It said is any hot dog really healthy?
That's the
Probably
point.
not.
Actually,
Yeah,
I guess.
true that.
So, fry it.
If you
bake
put
it, who
cucumbers on
cares?
it, it's really healthy.
Yeah.
Campfire smoke it. I don't know. That's actually
Yeah.
fire. I love campfire hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
What's the so is there a lot of people that eat chili down that way, like on their hot dog?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
know
popular.
Chili-
I
Chili's a pretty big
understand
thing in the
since
South,
they're- Where they
We
put
lost them. No.
hot dog.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, you're
Oh,
here.
you're
You're
here.
here.
Yeah,
all
we thought
right,
we-
he came
yeah.
back, he came back.
Right. It's horrible. I will still do the show live from now. I'm never going to do the show ever. You can't force me not to. Or you know what I mean. I don't know. Anyway, let's listen to another song. Everything seems to go fine when music playing.
Yeah.
Forest Fire. Now with the way my technology is going, I don't know if this is the safest song to play, but being called Forest Fire, but
Shit.
It'll be fun.
it'll be fine. It's a great song. Tell us a little about this one.
Thank you. Yeah, so this one kind of follows the same vein as Where the Water Falls, except this one's kind of like a reference to like, the burning fire and passion that people have for like what they believe in and, stand up for. And also, kind of commenting on how personally I feel like, we're all the same. We're all like together in this planet and that sort of thing. So, it's just interesting that people are so passionate from different points of view when we all come from the same place, if that makes sense.
That's a great description.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to put that in the archives. If I can get the internet to work. No, I'm kidding. Here's Forest Fire by you guys say it.
Monachopsis.
Yes, you guys say it way better than I do. Enjoy it. It's a great song.
We are all the same. We all have flesh and blood. It makes no difference to me. Division that you perpetuate. Time to do what's right is always right. I know you'll carry the fire. The flame won't come with resistance. It's not tasting our own blood, and we're sick of that damn taste. I know you can't argue with that. Two heads, but just one heart. Do I need to repeat myself? I know you'll carry the fire. The flame won't come with resistance and oxygen. It's nothing. We speak what's in our hearts, a forest fire.
I apologize for the skipping. It's not my fault. I'm going to speak to the manager as soon as we're done. Several calls to make when I'm done. No, I don't know what's going on with this. I hate that this happens during anyone's show. It happened with AJ from Werewolves too, and I was like, man. And I didn't at the time. I didn't know it until after the show. Like,
Oh,
I
no.
went back to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, son of a, you know.
Yep.
So I'm
Well, the good news is people can find those songs on Spotify.
Yeah,
They are live.
if you want to
Yeah.
hear without skipping, buy the CD if you want to buy the CD, but don't scratch it. But yeah, go get it on all your platforms and stuff. And the EP comes out Tuesday, so I definitely look forward to that.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, dude.
So stoked. Yeah.
You should eat
I'm,
hot dogs
I'm
that
excited
day.
to hear what people think, you know.
You should have a hot dog party,
Joke.
a wiener party that day.
We are having a party that day.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and play your the new one that's unreleased.
Yes.
quick. Real quick. You want me to do it in snippets? Because I can do I can play 10 seconds and then stop, and then you can talk about that part, and then play another 10 seconds. That way it doesn't skip. You know what I'm saying? And if
Sure.
It does,
Yeah.
if it
Let's
does,
do
then
it like
we hear
that.
those
That could be
parts.
fun.
I'm kidding. I won't do that. But I'll play like 30
I think it could be
seconds,
interesting.
or I'll let it. I only listened to it once.
Yeah.
Once you sent it to me, I listened to it one time. But so I'm hearing it kind of for the first time too.
Cool.
What are we going to hear?
So yeah, this
at the
is
beginning, so, yeah.
this is the other like kind of shorter one of the record. It's called Floating on a Cloud.
Like
It's
the most
like
poppy one.
yeah, it's like kind of poppy indie rock sort of feeling.
Fancy
It's
too.
a little bit different than some of the stuff we've done before. But essentially for me, it's kind of a song about, a long time ago when I smoked marijuana for the first time. And I hated it, and it made me very paranoid and stuff like that. And then now I came back to it eventually, and it's like totally fine. I'm different mindset on it and stuff like that. So it's kind of like the juxtaposition
It's a
between
weed
like
song.
Absolutely.
it's basically just a
You
weed
could've
song.
just
Yeah.
said
It's a song about
it's
getting
a
high,
stoner
yeah.
song,
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
can
everybody writes one, right?
I can relate.
And unless anyone else is opposed, Scott, you can play the whole thing. We didn't necessarily know like the format of your show. You've played through the other ones. I don't
Oh,
mind it being premiered on your show.
I would love to do that. if
Yeah,
that's
sure.
okay.
We can do that. Yeah. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
it'll be available Tuesday. So if you like what you hear and want to keep listening to it,
And
check
especially
it
if it
out.
skips, because I can't guarantee that it's going to play all the way, with uninterrupted, because, I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Well, it's a treat for your listeners because no one else has heard this yet.
I mean,
So
this
that's
is
cool.
this is really my first time, because it was last night when I listened to it, and we all know what
yeah.
happened with the wiener thing, and I had my goodness.
You listen to it with a bowl of ice cream.
Was terrific. So it comes out Tuesday is it Tuesday at like Monday night midnight? So is that when
Yeah.
it comes out, or is it like
Yeah,
Tuesday, like, 3 o'clock?
it should be out everywhere at midnight. So
I'm gonna set my alarm while we're listening to it, and no, it should just pop up on the. Anyway, I'll go ahead and play it. This is Floating on a Cloud, correct?
yes.
It doesn't have a question mark in it. That's just how I said it. So
Well, yeah.
good. Here you go. Come here.
The journey is mental. Dive deep, let me know what you find. Been here for a while with these giants in their giant house.
Goodbye, Scott.
I think we lost him
Made it
again.
the most of it. We got to the very end.
We were at the
Yeah,
end, so.
yeah.
Now I have a quick question for you guys while he's frozen
Yeah.
anyway. I was just wondering like who you guys' influence are. Like, because I hear a lot of bands. I'm just curious to hear what if they match what I think that they are.
Okay. So I would say like everybody kind of has their own individual influences. For me personally, like, you know, I mentioned Thrice earlier. I'm a big Thrice fan. I like them a lot. I like the Mars Volta a lot. I like there's a band called the Deer Hunter that I really, really liked for a long time. And like a lot of early like 2010s bands and stuff like that, like My Chemical Romance and things like that. But yeah, I think everybody kind of has their own individual influences. I don't know if anyone else wants to spout a few of theirs. Blake,
Tom, you go next.
Well,
We're back.
Okay, there we
all
are.
right.
I laughed because right when Tom wanted to say something, it was like,
Yeah, it was like and gone.
This guy now.
What are your influences, Tom?
Oh well, I mean, I kind of like early to mid 2000s emo, post-hardcore, kind of a lot of that stuff. Grew up with, but a big fan of Thursday, which
Love Thursday. I came in right at the good.
oh yeah,
right
that's
time.
yep.
I'm
Love
glad
Cody
that
and
I'm-
Cambria.
I'm-
like,
let me
I
interrupt
love-
you for a second. I'm sorry. I'm glad that it's just me freezing and the show continues.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that this is happening, but so continue. I'm just gonna monitor the situation here.
Yeah, just I mean that was just my time. Just again, early mid 2000s emo, post hardcore, and that's kind of a lot what I draw from. Even still now, as it is slowly regaining relevance. I mean, it was cool seeing a lot of these bands come back and start doing stuff again. So yeah.
Mhm.
Your turn.
Your turn. What do you like on your hot dogs? Oh wait, we already did that. Never mind.
Yeah, Jake, what do you like?
I'm way behind. See, it's the latency, the lag, and everything.
Yeah, you're one question behind at all times.
I'm just curious. And any of you guys like? I hear a lot of like Bush coming through on some of these tracks, like Bush, Oasis. There's a couple other bands, but that's what I hear. And I hear a lot of Bush for some reason, like that
Interesting.
old school.
Are you listening to the same show that I am?
Listen,
I mean, I know I'm behind, but I mean,
I was listening to this yesterday, and I was listening in the car, and I was like,
I hear a lot of Thursday.
it sounds so familiar. But then, like I said, but my influence on this style of music, it's like I said, I hear Bush, like I said, with the singing, the strumming, and then obviously it goes into, like I said, some Oasis. I think we were talking Stone Temple Pilots, like some, you know what I mean? Like there's that
Yeah.
There is some
genre.
STP in there, I hear.
Yeah, so I mean, like, but for some reason, I think the vocals, there's a lot of like early Bush on the first couple of CDs. Like, I don't know if you guys hear it, but I really like it though. I think it's really interesting, like the way you guys play in the sounds and like the way it's portrayed. Like I said, it's really unique, especially for today's generations. So like I said, I like it.
Kind of like what we're talking about with Hold Fast Hope. They have their own sound. It sounds like stuff, but they put their own spin on it. And that's what you guys do too. I mean, yeah, it sounds like a lot of things. I mean, I'm getting a lot of things. I can't even really nail it down, but Harmon's right. Yeah, it's STP. I don't know. I don't know about the Oasis part, but some Bush, yeah. But but you do have your own sound, and keep that up because everything sounds the same anymore. And it gets there's some really, really good bands out there. There's a shit ton of bands. I looked up the number the other day, and there's a crap ton of bands just in the United States. There's a bunch. So it's not competition. It's just do something different. Do something similar. And that's what you guys in Hold Fast Hope is doing. They're doing something that sounds like stuff that we know, but it's entirely their own sound. You know what I mean?
Fresh.
Yeah.
It's awesome, and it's great to hear too. You know, because I mean, it's refreshing to hear something like that. You know, that's it's got a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and you just can't nail it down. You know, you can't nail it down what is exactly it's like because it's not like anything. It's
That's what's cool about it. I think you can tell like bands that they have something because of that right there. Like, you know, you guys have your own influences, and then you put it all in a blender, and then you get you guys. You know what I mean? So it's not like
exactly.
you know, it's not like a band. It's like, well, I just want to sound like them, and then they sound like them, and it's like, well, that band already exists. So like, why don't you be yourself instead of trying to be somebody else?
Yeah.
You kind of rip off other bands and styles, and I mean everything from like, you know, I know me and Scott talk about the bands that have logos you can't read. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why would you have a fucking band? Like, you're posting everywhere.
That's worse than
you
my
can't read
going
it.
out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what's the point? Like, you know, and it's like somebody like if they're playing live, like word, blah 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 blah. And you're like, who the fuck is that again?
Like from a doctor. It looks like a prescription.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
I appreciate you saying that, Harmon, because I feel like it's both. I think it's been like a double-edged sword for us as a band because we have
Such a strange
3 releases to this date, and it'll be 4 after this EP coming up. And we've never had an exact consistent genre. And when we have to tell people what genre we are, it'll be some vague like experimental or progressive or indie rock or this and that. And, you know, ultimately we're okay with it. Sometimes we feel it might hurt our reach because we're not narrow enough for certain people, but ultimately we have all these eclectic music interests. And when we write songs, you'll hear on this coming EP, and you just got the song spoiled to you. You have a song like Where the Water Falls that sounds so different from Floating on a Cloud.
Yep.
They do not sound like the same band necessarily, other than like Dan's voice.
Yeah. Well, like I said, from my point of view and perspective, don't change anything. Like that's what when we do, we fucking play everything. And like there's like we have a song, if you check out our SoundCloud, it's called The Voiceless.
Yeah.
It has like influences of American metal, but a lot of like Lamb of God, you know what I mean? But then you hear other stuff. It has, I mean, Scott has like Static X. We have some other tracks. We just finished writing a new one, and we're actually gonna practice after the show here, in probably an hour or so. Anyway, but it's like
you should live stream your practice.
I know, I'm thinking about doing that eventually. But this is we have.
I'll do it. I have terrific internet.
I'll pass on that one. They'll get the first drum beat in and we'll scrapping it. But anyway, this new track, it has like a huge fan of mine's like 6 Feet Under. So from going to 6 Feet Under to Lamb of God to Static X, and then everywhere in between Soulfly, we don't have a sound. You know what I mean? Like we have like my voice is the sound, but you can put it on anything, and that's the way we like it. You know what I mean? Just like what you guys are doing. My advice.
Sorry.
Yeah, my advice. Just don't change anything. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a label, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like I could be metal, I could be industrial, I could be thrash. I don't care. I don't like. And I took that. I like from Post Malone. I watched his one documentary, and he's not really he can do rock with Ozzy Osbourne, and then he can do rap for himself. I
have a question. Since you said Post Malone.
Yeah.
Before he got big, was he pre-Malone?
He might have been.
Might have just been Malone.
Just make sure the internet's working.
It was just Malone.
But just like, you know what I mean? Like he broke down barriers as far as, genres. So like you don't need to have a genre to reach what you guys are doing. So if you guys have a sound and it's catchy and you like it, just put it out. Who gives a fuck if somebody's like, well, you sound like this today. Like, where are you guys falling into? Well, that's
tell me.
And that's the thing is, let them tell you where you know what I mean? And who cares? Just keep putting it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
how many genres are there, and how many?
There's too many. There's too many fucking. There's too many fucking genres.
Way too many.
Well, there's like
it's irrelevant. Really.
That's what I mean, though. It should be like there's hard rock and heavy metal, and then there's alternative, and then you have like punk. I mean, you don't need metalcore, deathcore. Like you're starting to narrow stuff down into like
you have to have metalcore. Or I wouldn't live, Herman.
Well, that's part of metal, though. That's my point. Is like
just metal,
yeah. So like just generalize it instead of having it's stretched out to where like, and that's the thing. I think
subcategories.
Use a font that we can understand.
And there's so many genres nowadays.
Well, that's what's going on though. I think like this whole like you were talking about like COVID, the 9/11, like not 9/11, but like the whole where we're at in today's world is trying to please everybody. You know what I mean? Like You don't get a fucking trophy just for making and doing whatever.
Participation trophy, yes, you do.
But
Yes,
that's
you
what
do.
that is. That's what subgenres are. They're participation trophies, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Either you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you guys, like I said, if I had to put a label, you're alternative. You fit that whole entire category of alternative rock.
Alternative is and
it's huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's big. It's a big.
Yeah.
group.
So like if I had to put something, but like I said, that's one of the four main categories. There's alternative, rock, metal, and punk. Really, I mean, there's country and classic, but
rap.
You rap.
Yeah.
But
actually,
whatever that is, I mean,
Yeah.
I even think alternative is a good way to frame it, because people who aren't music nerds, I've had people, they ask us what we sound like. If I tell them progressive rock, they don't necessarily even know what that means. There are people that don't even know, they don't know what prog means. So then, alternative is awesome.
No, I think, like I said, you guys are, like I said, you're doing something right if you have these bands and styles and influences. Like I said, and you're doing it your way. You're not doing it to copycat all these other bands. And that's, I think,
keep that. You guys,
that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? And like Scott said, don't write your
just like in a yearbook. Don't change.
Yeah.
Stay the same.
I mean, that's always been our philosophy with writing music, is like we just kind of bring what's cool to the table, and then we're like, oh, this sounds cool. Let's just turn that into a thing.
You guys shout out from Arcadia Studios of Myrtle Beach.
Oh yeah, that's where we recorded. DC, if you're watching or here,
he'll probably watch the re-recording. We can send it to him. But shout out to DC.
It's gonna be jumpy, but
he recorded. He'll know.
Yeah, he's our we've worked with 2 different studios to this point, but DC, I mean, he's as much of just a friend, right, as a
DC's,
partner.
DC's his name.
DC's name is studio's Arcadia Records.
It's kind of choppy this episode, but things happen.
Yeah, DC from Arcadia Studios records at least our first full length and then this EP, and we're going to continue to work with him because he's an awesome producer, and he kind of becomes like a member of the band in a way. So
legitimately, he helps write cool parts. So he's like, oh, this kind of sounds really good right here. Let's change up a little bit. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it that way. Which is really funny to say that, because he honestly mostly records rap artists. I think that's just where the area he's in Myrtle Beach. People like to rap there, which is surprising because it's Myrtle Beach. But
yeah. Well, he runs a full-time studio, so it's like the way he's paying his bills is a lot of these rappers who just want to throw a single on SoundCloud, and they can come in with just the lyrics and no idea, and he can make a whole song for them.
Yep.
But when it comes to us, he actually his background is more metal, and he plays bass, and he's a multi-instrumentalist, so he loves when we give him something to do because he's actually recording a band.
Totally different. Because it's all
and there's 2 really cool parts in the two songs that are hidden from you guys. You haven't heard yet. That'll come out on Tuesday.
Hidden from everyone.
Yeah, they're hidden for now.
To be released.
But he went like the extra mile without us even having to ask him to. He put like an orchestra in one part of the song called The Mountain, which sounds phenomenal. And then at the end of the song called The Journey, he added
it's his father-in-law.
Somebody is doing Spanish vocals, and it sounds really, really cool. We just didn't expect it to happen there, and we're just like, whoa! When we heard it back, we're like, that's awesome. We never asked for that, but when we hear it back, we're like, that's phenomenal. I love that he put that in there without even making us work for that or anything. He just did it, So shout out to DC for that. So it goes the extra mile, and when you have a recording studio that does that kind of thing, it's we're grateful for that one.
Oh, he really does, for sure.
What do you guys have coming up next? Are you playing any shows for the EP release? Or?
Yeah. So we don't have a release show. We're doing a little listening party for friends and family and that sort of thing.
That's that'd be cool.
Most bands do a release show. I kind of waited last minute, so I was like, let's just do a listening party and then just hang out with close friends and whatnot. We do have a show on October 8th at Tommy's Pub in Charlotte, and then on October 15th we're participating in Welcome to the Family Fest in Charlotte, which is a festival they do I think this
Annually?
is their second or third time, but it's a weekend long festival. They have bands all day. It's a really cool thing, and the guy putting it on or one of the guys that's putting it on, Jake, he's a pretty cool guy, so we're really, really excited for it. So
you got some cool stuff coming up. It sounds like I was about to leave today. My plans originally were going to leave today to drive to Hilton Head, So I could have done the show in person with you. You probably have way better internet than me, so it would have been way better. But yeah, I was just too tired. There's no way I was going to be able to drive 6 hours today.
Yeah, that's a long
hell
drive.
Not after what you've been through.
Partying for your birthday, man.
Thank you. It's been real. Coming up on the show, I'll go ahead and do this now. I'll get it out of the way. What do I have coming up, Herman? Thursday.
Thursday's Red Star at 8:00, right?
Red Star from L.A. A very good band from L.A. They're kind of like a rap metal, but it's different rap metal. It's very, very good stuff. I enjoyed it. It's fun to listen to. But yeah, Red Star on Thursday at 8:00, and Harmon will be on that show with me. And then Saturday, Bo will be back, hopefully, to co-host with me with a I can't freaking talk with a translator, because the band's from France. They will be in Metz, France, which is somewhere in France. We will ask them about baguettes. We will ask them about French fries. We will ask them why they eat bread that hurts their teeth, and we'll also ask them about their band and what's going on, band-wise over there, what their concerts look like, some really, I like doing bands in other countries. I mean, I like doing all bands, but, other countries, you get to learn about their culture. What do they do during the day? What's their jobs? How's it different from here? And I think it's really interesting and a lot of fun when I get to have bands from other lands. Hopefully the internet will freaking work.
Oh, yeah. Also got to ask them how they do their hot dogs over there.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'm going to have Mike do that segment. He must. I even told him. I told him he could sit in here, and if he didn't want to be on the camera, if he's camera shy, he could turn around and just have his back turned, and that could be Mike. We'll come up with another name instead of like Wiener Man. I was going to say Wiener Man would be terrific, but he could do his hot dog segment looking at the wall.
Should get him a hot dog suit. He can just sit in it.
That would be ideal. Yes, I mean, if I can see if you can find one, I'll pick.
All right, I'll mail it down to you.
Mike's in the chat.
Hi, Mike.
Well,
Hot dog man.
It's not worth it because he's not on the show.
No.
Well, hey, the dishes need done.
Damn.
In French hot dogs. Well, I mean, I see, that's why
They
he
have hot
can do
dogs in
that,
France?
because I don't know anything about hot dogs
Probably
other than what he's
never
told
been
me. So he should sit here and ask the French. I got enough questions for him. They don't need me to ask them about French hot dogs. You know what I mean? They don't need that.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that. But yeah, that's what I have coming up. I've been in talking to some other bands from. Harmon hooked me up with a band from Slovakia, which would be. I don't know any Slovakian translators. Do you guys know any
That's pretty
Slovakians?
cool.
Any Slovakian?
No.
I don't even know what
No.
they speak. But that's not going to be till next year when they want to come on when they release their album in early 23.
Yeah,
so that's
cool.
Man.
I don't have
Awesome.
anybody else because I have people in the works. I always have people in the works, So
Yeah.
But I welcome you guys back to the
Slovakia,
show anytime.
I know that's Western Europe, but excuse my geography. I mean, how close are they to the war in Ukraine right now?
I have no idea. I'm afraid
crazy.
to ask it because it's one of those. It's like the pandemic. You don't want to ask.
Yeah.
It's sensitive.
Yeah.
Kind of. And it's weird because you don't hear about it on the news anymore. Really.
Yeah,
That
they
is
just kind
true.
of they're like, oh, it's boring now. Let's turn
They're
off the
still,
news.
they're still fighting each other. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much
You
are.
don't hear about it like you did. It's like
Yeah.
somebody got stabbed in Houston today. Okay, well, what's going on in Ukraine? Because you haven't told us. What's
Yeah,
hopefully
it's not
it'll-
fresh news anymore. People get bored of it.
No,
It's
yeah,
just
they
crazy.
gotta. I don't know how I was in journalism when I was in college, and I got out of it because more so for to advance in journalism is very difficult. You have to know somebody. They don't tell you that. A lot of people don't know that, but when you start, learning it, taking the class and stuff, that's what they tell you. So, like these people that are like NBC News or Fox News and stuff, they knew somebody that was already there, or and that's how they get in. Or they're gorgeous, like ladies. Those ladies on there, they're gorgeous, and all they're doing is reading something. They're not. They don't know anything about the news. I don't know. I'm being very, very mean. But
I had to write a song about
But
it.
it's a connections based business, like you're
Yeah,
saying.
or competition too. And I don't. Come on, So I decided to pursue music because it's
Yeah.
not competition at all. No. It's fun.
We're not competing for people's listens or likes or
No,
anything.
no,
so.
you're doing.
No,
you're doing what
we would
you
never do
enjoy.
that.
You're doing what you enjoy, and you're putting out what your sound is, and it's terrific. I love it. It's really, really good stuff. And
Thank you so much.
I guess I'm speaking for Harmon also. He knows his way around music, you know, and I've had so many bands on the show, you know, that sound like almost an exact replica of somebody. I had a band on. I'm not going to say names because that's rude, but I had a band on that sounded exactly like System of a Down. It was really good stuff, but exactly like they could be a cover band for System of a Down and travel, you know. But it's their own stuff, and it's good, but it sounds. How's it different?
Just like it, yeah.
It's not
I
different.
mean, to be fair in that sense, well, is System back together? They got back together, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They're in like.
So there's a void there to be filled, I suppose, if they're not there anymore.
If they weren't
there, but yeah, I know
they have like
the sound's
17
been done, I suppose.
side projects each. You know,
Yeah.
I guess that's what happens when you get big. You get bored with the band that you're in, and you just create things on the side. But
Yep, literally.
for
They're
more
like Anthony
money,
Boone
they just
for
need
their
more
lives and
money. More
everything.
money. You know, I can't even afford to get good internet. You know.
Shit.
Oh, I want to real quick. At the show last night, Amplifiers was headlining the show last night, and they're my good buddies, and they were on one of the early episodes of the show back when I was on Facebook Live, and I've met them in person, obviously, and they came down and seen a few of their shows. Anyway, they have a new song out. They played it at the end of end of the show last night, and I have it on video, but they gave me this because we did a little mini podcast before the show last night, and they gave me this when we were on there. It's my camera's usually up there. This is the lyrics to I guess a part of their new song that Cy, the lead singer, never remembers. It was part of the new song, but he remembered them last night, and they all signed it and put "Happy Birthday" at the bottom. This isn't a plastic thing, but I'm probably going to get it framed and put it with my whole stuff behind me. So
put it with your stuff. Yeah.
And thanks to Amplifiers and thanks to Haven State and Bo for coming up and doing the show last night. I had cold chills. I mean, I have cold chills just talking about it now because it was great for them to come down and play, and such a good show. I forgot this on the show with Harmon. Harmon was on the last show. I always try to thank the previous band, that was on, and I forgot to even thank Hold Fast Hope for being on before Harmon's show. So thanks to them for being on, and thank you, Harmon, for being on because I forgot at the beginning of the show.
It's all good.
And thank you guys for coming on the show today. I'm sorry about all the crap. I'm going to speak to all the managers I can. I will let you know. I will record all these conversations and post them. No.
Get your money back.
But it's been a fun show. It's been a fun show. I've learned what I could because I could still hear you guys talking, even though I was frozen and I had my eyes closed at one point. But I could still hear you and what you were talking about, your songs and stuff. So I got all of that, I think.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I want more though. Tuesday we will get more, right?
There will be more. Yeah, Tuesdays there's going to be more. You get the 3 songs you heard, and then 2 more. Even those songs are in a different direction too. The second to last song is like 7 minutes long or something. So that's a treat.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we're already working on our next.
And then you're going to jump into some shows and rock it out. If I'm coming down there, I'll let you guys know, and then maybe we'll meet up for hot dogs.
Hell yeah! Specifically hot dogs. Let's do it.
Take me to the best hot dog place. I don't know.
There's definitely a few.
Okay. But if you guys have like 5 minutes, I'll talk to you after we listen to this last song. After I
sure, man.
And hopefully
light up.
Harmon, you're gonna chill for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit.
You have nothing else going on. It's Sunday. I'll see if I can get Wiener Man in here if he's back. I don't know if he is. I'm gonna end the show tonight, or it's always tonight when I'm usually on the show. Today with Reign of Z, they're being out of Pittsburgh. They've been on the show a couple times. They just put out a new single and a new video, so it's on YouTube too. This video, and it's pretty badass. Song's called Cellophane, and Harmon and I will see you on Thursday at 8:00 with Red Star. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Disgraced, rip the duct tape, plan the I'm confined. When I'm all but dead, I'm still make headlines in your mind, and I'm never far away. Cellophane can't suffocate me. Kill this pain that loves to hate me. We decay, we're self-defeating. Cut and run, 'cause time is fleeting. And cellophane can't suffocate me now. The hour of retribution must be drawing near. 'Cause power comes naturally to that which we all fear. We're never far away. Cellophane can't suffocate me. Kill this pain that loves to hate me. We decay, we're self-defeating. Cut and run, 'cause time is fleeting. And cellophane can't suffocate me now.